I'm Kenny Ardouin and I'm the Adult Services Manager here at CLAPA. As you'll be aware, we're living in pretty unsettling times, and ever since I started on the project at the beginning of 2018, I've always seen you as an integral part of the CLAPA Adult Services team. After all, without you, there'd be no project, and so I wanted to give you an update of where the project is at and what we are doing as we do our best to navigate through these uncharted waters. As someone who has gone through the CLEF journey, you will have more appreciation than most of just how uncertain and unpredictable life can be at times. And you may well be finding that those past experiences have set you up in good stead to take this latest crisis somewhat in your stride. But it's important to recognise that for many people, this level of upheaval is a huge thing for them to get their head around. And so I wanted to start by saying, however you're feeling, this is fine. And to not judge yourself by how you perceive others to be coping, and similarly to not judge others by how you perceive yourself to be coping. A little kindness goes a long way right now. Here at CLAPA, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we're here for the long haul. We've been around for 41 years. That's longer than the McDonald's Happy Meal, disposable contact lenses, or even Tesco sandwiches. And we want to be here for a lot longer yet. But it's no secret that these are the hardest times that our organisation has faced. And you may well have already seen that COVID-19 has made us make some incredibly difficult decisions. Regular followers of this project will have already noticed that I haven't got my right-hand person, the Adult Services Officer, Nikki Davis, next to me here today. Last week, CLAPA had to make the decision to furlough 7 of our small and dedicated team. This difficult decision is a temporary measure through the government's job retention scheme to make sure that when CLAPA comes out of this, we come out of it with all the people that we went into it with. Nevertheless, we feel the absence of our hard-working and passionate colleagues, people who work tirelessly day in and day out to make your world a better place. And I, for one, can't wait to have them all back on board. Until then, things are going to look a little bit different around here. And so I wanted to be honest with you about what the Adult Services Project will look like over the coming weeks and months. One of the things that Nikki and I, and in more recent months, Kate too, really enjoyed bringing to you each month was our CLEF Talk panel discussions, our podcasts and videos that answer many of the questions that you have but were too afraid to ask. The feedback you gave us suggests that you look forward to these as well. I can't emphasise enough though how much of a team effort these are to produce. Nikki and I sit down each month and we write them together. We reach out to our potential guests to support them with what to expect. We record them with Kate, we edit them and we promote them. Without Nikki's support, this becomes too much to put together behind the scenes. And let's be honest, it's a lot less entertaining with just one presenter, when you can't bounce ideas off each other and banter together in the way that we normally do. We're committed to bringing you the rest of Season 2 of CLEF Talk, but this won't be until a little bit later in the year, once the Adult Services Officer is back on board. Until then, you can watch and listen to the back catalogue at www.clapa.com/CLEF-talk. Another thing you'll have seen us talk a lot about is our exciting new LEAVER'S pack. Nikki, myself and others on the CLAPA team, as well as some of you at home, have worked really hard to put this pack together. And in February, we started trialling it with NHS CLEF teams around the country. The plan was to trial it for 6 months to get your feedback so we can make sure that the final version is as great as it can be. COVID-19 has meant that most CLEF clinic meetings are cancelled at the moment, which makes it pretty hard to do a trial. Also, again, without the person who has done half the work on it with me at the moment, it's not the time to launch it. We hope to still trial it with you in the second half of the year once NHS CLEF teams are able to see you again, and aim to launch it by the end of January 2021. For those of you who already have a copy from before the lockdown, please don't forget to complete the survey. We'll even give you a £5 Amazon voucher. That's surely got to be quite handy right now. Many of you also completed our 2018 adult survey, where we used the information you told us not only to develop Cleft Talk and the LEAVER'S pack, but also to write a number of papers, 4 so far, with a further 2 to come, to feed back to the academic community and the healthcare professionals in the UK and around the world who are working with Cleft. This has been very exciting work, which has sparked far more interest in the UK and around the world than we ever would have thought possible, and we were honoured to have been invited to present at some major Cleft conferences both in the UK and overseas this year. As you can imagine, the travel restrictions have meant conferences have had to be cancelled this year, but rest assured, we will make sure that what you told us still gets shared. The papers will continue this year working with our friends at the Centre for Appearance Research, and the conferences are being rescheduled for 2021, where we'll look forward to sharing what we found. A number of you have told me that you are looking forward to this year's CLAPA Adults Conference. So were we. Whenever we organise an event here at CLAPA, your safety, our staff safety, and the safety of the general public always has to come first. Coronavirus has given us no choice but to postpone this year's adults conferences until June next year. We know that this is disappointing, but we hope that you'll join us in London in June 2021. It's not all bad news though. There are still lots of things that are happening with the CLAPA Adult Services project. You can still access CLAPA's peer support service if you want to chat with somebody about anything Cleft related. Visit clapa.com/peer support to get in touch or to find out more. Our Adult Representative Committee, or ARC, will continue to meet virtually during the lockdown and to offer their perspective on our plans and what we're doing. Our Facebook page is always here as an option to reach out, to offer and to receive support. And finally, if you have any questions, suggestions, or if you need any help, you can email me by contacting adults@clapa.com. As this is a developing situation, it's hard to predict what the coming weeks and months will look like, but you can keep up to date with all the project information at www.clapa.com/adult services project, and for more general CLAPA information at www.clapa.com/COVID. If you're not already part of the CLAPA community, now's a great time to sign up on our website to make sure that you get all the latest information. Thank you for supporting us and working with us during these challenging times, and don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need our support. Stay safe, stay calm, be kind, and we'll get through this together.